Okay, so today we are talking about the Hershey and the Chase experiment. Now, experiments which were done before by Griffiths and others, they were inconclusive in establishing whether DNA was the genetic material. So, therefore, in the year 1952, Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase, they did a series of experiments to finally prove that DNA was the genetic material, and they were awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1969 for that. Now, for proving this, they took their model system, experimental system, to be T2phage, bacteriophage. Now, T2 is a very simple bacteriophage. It's a typical head, collar, tail, and these are the tail fibers. So, it's a typical head and tail phage where the head is made of the protein capsid and shown in black. Then you have the collar and the tail fibers. All these which are shown in black, they are the proteins. But the DNA which has been shown in blue is in the head, present in the inside the capsid. Now, one very important thing is right now the paradox or the problem was what is the genetic material, and there was confusion between proteins and DNA. And some even said that RNA is the genetic material. Now, the beauty of this phage system was that it was having 50% protein and 50% was DNA. And this was an excellent choice to do any kind of experiment. Okay, so in order to prove this, what they did was they labeled the protein and the DNA separately using sulfur 35 and P32 radionucleotides respectively. That is, DNA was labeled by P32 and proteins were labeled by S35. Now, we all know that proteins are rich in sulfur. They have amino acids like cysteine and methionine, which are rich in sulfur and sulfur containing amino acids. But the amount of phosphorus which is found in the protein is no too negligible. So, therefore, labeling proteins with S35 makes a sense. Whereas DNA is having phosphates, it's made up of nucleotide triphosphates, that is DNTPs. So, because of the presence of triphosphates, the DNA was labeled by P32, which is a heavier isotope of the phosphates, and generally DNA is devoid of sulfur. Now, for this experiment to prove true, one thing had to be concluded, that whatever thing which will be entering inside the bacteriophage, that will be considered the genetic material. If DNA enters, DNA is the genetic material. If protein enters the bacteria from the bacteriophage, then protein is the genetic material. So this was decided. So what they did was they first labeled the proteins. You can see the protein has been labeled in pink and it has been labeled using S35. Now, they were allowed to incubate with the bacteria. So, bacteriophage, they infected the bacteria, and if there was transfer of proteins, then the proteins will be going into the bacteria. So, we are just assuming. We are not saying that happened or not, and we cannot conclude right now whether there was any radioactivity inside the cells or not. But we moved on. So, what was done was the bacteria and the bacteriophage, they were separated by blending. By using a mixer like equipment, they separated the two, and the two were then centrifuged or basically separated. Because bacteria are large and they are quite heavy, so they will form the pellet, whereas bacteriophage will be there in the supernatant. So they found that all the radioactivity was there in the supernatant and there was no radioactivity in the pellet. That means no transfer had occurred from the bacteriophage to the bacteria, and therefore proteins cannot be considered the genetic material based on these experiments. Now, in the second set of experiments, the DNA of the bacteriophage was labeled, and you can say it has been labeled with blue, and P32 has been used for labeling the DNA, and P32 is the heavier isotope. And as usual, bacteriophage and the bacteria, they were incubated, they were allowed to infect the bacteria, and after some time they were separated. So please don't look here. So these were separated, the bacteriophage and the bacteria, they were separated by using a blender like equipment, mixer, the common mixer which is present in the home. They were separated from each other and then they were centrifuged. Now we all know bacteria are heavy, they will settle down, and bacteriophage is lighter, so that will come into the supernatant. So bacteria will form the pellet. Now in this time, the pellet was radioactive. That means if you see the experiment very carefully, so the DNA which was there in the bacteriophage has entered the bacteria, and since DNA has entered the bacteria, so we can safely say that DNA is the genetic material, because there has been transmission of DNA from the bacteriophage to the bacteria. So this was the final nailing conclusive proof that DNA is the genetic material. And that's it for now. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share, and write us back at genesisacademydaily@gmail.com. Thank you.